everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to ItsKim Live. Hi. If you haven't seen the show before, I'm ItsKim. This is my show where I talk about pop culture topics that I care about and give my commentary on them because I like to talk about this stuff. I am just currently awaiting a raid coming over from Popcorn Planet, so we don't want to get super into a whole bunch of stuff quite yet. I'm going to do a little recap and then hopefully people will come in and we'll be good. But if you are watching on the replay and you just want to skip to other stuff, there will be timestamps so you can just jump around to whatever part in the stream you want to watch. Also, just to give you guys a heads up, we have had some connection issues in my area thanks to wonderful weather. So if we get disconnected, please hold on, check the chat. You may need to reload or just give us a few minutes to reconnect. We will be right back and we'll keep you guys updated the best that we can. So I hope that that is all good. So I am going to just go ahead and give you guys a little bit of kind of a recap of what the heck is going on because we just talked about it a bit on Popcorn. So I want to give a little bit of an update here. Yes, it's insane. This is insane. Diddy has put in a new filing in court, which is essentially just, it seems like he's just victim blaming Cassie. That's the too long didn't read version of all of it. But as always, I am going to do my disclaimers because this is my show. This stream will include speculation and opinion and should not be taken as fact. Always do your own research, and links to the sources are in the description. I will be updating those shortly. Was planning on having a different show today, so it will all get put there. And hi, YouTube Human Reviewer. We've tried to ensure this video is appropriate according to the community guidelines. Viewers, please do not send hate to anyone, famous or not. It's not cute. We're all entitled to our own opinions, but do not do anything that would cause harm to people. I do not support hate in any form. Okay? And also, all individuals mentioned are innocent until proven guilty. So, what we have been looking at over on Popcorn is about this filing. I am seeing people coming in. It's good to see you guys. Thanks so much. We are seeing this new filing regarding Diddy's team and his defense, where he's been talking about the tapes allegedly that victim one, who we believe is Cassie, has submitted to the court. So, this is going to be the summary version because I know a lot of you guys are coming over from Popcorn and we've been talking about this at length, so I don't want to overwhelm you with the same information again because that would be very boring. But yes, so this is ABC News reporting saying that Diddy's FO videos prove his innocence. Defense attorneys for Sean Diddy Combs claimed in the new court filing on Tuesday that the videos that depicted adult activity between the rapper, his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura, and male workers confirm Mr. Combs' innocence because they show activity amongst consenting adults. Cool. So there are 9 videos of what prosecutors have alleged Combs calls FOs, described by prosecutors as elaborate and produced performances that are currently available for defense attorneys to view. They are asking the judge for electronic copies. Contrary to what the government has let this court believe and the public believe, the so-called FOs were private activity between fully consenting adults in a long-term relationship. And prosecutors have also said that the FOs are the prosecution has also said that freak-offs are evidence that Combs coerced and did not so nice things and kidnapped women into these activities and hired workers to join. Ventura also alleged in a civil suit that Combs regularly hurt her, leaving her with black eyes, bruises, and red stuff. I'm sorry I have to use trigger words. This is YouTube. And the lawsuit described the FOs as substance-fueled, days-long performances which Combs allegedly coerced women into and filmed for his own pleasure. The defense filing took a sharply different view. These videos unambiguously show that the person alleged in the indictment to be victim one not only consented but thoroughly enjoyed herself. At the bottom, this case is about whether victim one was or was not a willing participant in her private life with Combs. The videos confirm that she plainly was, the defense said. And Combs, who was arrested in September on ST charges, remains in custody in the Federal Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn after a judge denied him bail 3 times. And Combs has denied all wrongdoing. So that is basically where we are sitting. If you want to see the full breakdown of the legal document, you're welcome to check out the Popcorn Planet stream. We went through the whole thing. I did want to touch on a couple of other things, particularly these new documentaries that have been dropping about Diddy. I wanted to talk about them yesterday, but unfortunately the show got interrupted. So That was frustrating. But that is essentially where we are right now in this trial. We are a few weeks away from getting what is called the enterprise letter. And that enterprise letter is going to tell us who exactly has been involved in this racket, which it's been a little bit of a point of concern for me that we have these charges about racketeering, but we don't have anybody else. It's really hard to run a racket by yourself, just by basic definition. So I think it is going to be really interesting to see where we go from here and what that document brings to the forefront and the people who will be involved. But I did want to show you guys, and I'm just going to pull it up because, of course, everything got super weird as we were pivoting. We had a whole show ready to go for It Ends With Us drama, and I may talk about a little bit. I'm not sure. I don't know about you guys. Okay, you know what? I'm going to do a poll, actually, while I've got you guys here, because I've got a good amount of people here. Thank you so much for being here. Please make sure you've hit that like button. It really would mean the world to me if you would do that. It really helps with the algorithm, helps out my channel. But I'm noticing that some stories right now people are getting a little bit tired of. And I'm wondering, what are you more interested in? What are you more interested in? I'm going to call it It Ends With Us drama. Or Diddy. Let me know, because I don't know. It's funny. It depends on where I'm looking on the internet, what people are saying and how they're feeling. But I genuinely would like to know because, I mean, I think both stories are important in their own way. I look at them differently, I think, sometimes than other people do just because of some of my background. But I do think that it is an important case to talk about. And I personally believe that both of them are in the wrong in some places, and they both probably are right in some places. So it'll be interesting. Look at that. Look, my goodness, I did not get to introduce my co-host, producer sister, who is here. I don't know if you want to say hi.
Hi.
So producer sister is my sister. She helps me out. She's the co-pilot of this show a lot of the time. She has put together the Wut the Wut, which we will be getting to later on in the show. This is just a fun section. And I'm curious, what do you think?
Um, I think overall the Diddy case is bigger and will have longer ramifications,
Mm-hmm.
like just larger ramifications. I mean, this could. I think they both have the potential to change law, but definitely the Diddy one
Yeah.
does.
I'm seeing a lot of people saying I want both.
Yeah.
I want both. Okay, do you want me to do the poll again? We'll do
Yeah,
the
do
poll
a poll.
again. Let your voices be heard. I'm down with that.
I
I'm...
think on the flip side, though, we're still waiting on more legal docs for the end. It Ends With Us. Like, to my knowledge, unless I missed it, he hasn't filed against Blake yet.
Not at this time.
Yeah. So
it sounds like they're planning on exposing all of the text messages, which to me sounds like a massive amount of work to have to go through. I'm assuming they would file it as an exhibit. You would think.
You would, yeah.
You would think, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
Who knows at this point? But I feel like we don't have a full puzzle yet. We only have half the puzzle because we don't have that countersuit yet that we know is coming. So until we have that, I'm hesitant to make much of a judgment call on this lawsuit. As far as it goes right now, I think there's issues on both sides. I'm not team one or the other.
No. I'm not either. The other thing I did potentially want to talk about that kind of came out yesterday was there's this old interview of Justin Baldoni talking about meeting Britney Spears. And the quote from his mouth was, "Did I just harass Britney Spears?" Because it sounds like he hugged her on set and she didn't want to be hugged. And he said, "I think I scared her." And it's like the whole interview is so cringy. It's so incredibly cringy. And it's kind of this, I don't think he did it out of malice. And I think this is going to be the really difficult part of this, is that I don't think he overstepped with her to be mean or to assert power or anything like that. I think he just fangirled and shouldn't have. But if there is that sense of entitlement, it does make me wonder what else could have potentially happened on the set. Now, does that mean that it justifies the the takeover that we're hearing about from Blake. No. Um, and I will say, I don't know if you guys have seen the clip also from TMZ of Harvey Levin talking about this. But Harvey Levin basically calls out both of them and says that both of their teams have manipulated PR. And he's fine with being a witness on that in court. And I'm like, this is why. This is why I don't side with anybody. This is why I'm like, so it's all about media manipulation. It's so crazy. But what I did want to go through was there was a documentary that came out about Diddy. I believe that this is the Peacock one. So unfortunately, being in Canada, I don't get Peacock. We don't get that, unfortunately, and I don't know when it's coming to Canada. So I figured we could go through a recap of what was in that, so we can all know what was said there, because I heard there were some pretty crazy things that came out, and I'm interested to hear what you guys think and to go through that together. I'm just going to take a look at the poll here and see what you guys are saying. Okay, both. But if you have to pick, it looks like it ends with us. This is not the most popular. All right, well, we'll stick with both. So before we get into that recap, let me pull this back up here. My Zoom just came up. That's not supposed to be there. Okay. Boom. I do want to go through support because you guys are absolutely spoiling me. Thank you guys so much for being here. I do appreciate the love, guys. It means a lot. I tried to have a stream yesterday and it just fell apart gloriously. So I didn't get to have that time with you guys. So it's really nice to have that. So Kyle, thank you for renewing my wonderful mod. I appreciate you. Wancho has been a member for 26 months. My brother, hello. Saying much love, Kim, and producer sister. You've got veins of steel. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but thank you. Emily Blackwell, thank you for the super sticker. That's very kind of you. I love it. It's very cute. And then Carbonized said, someone told me that to not hit the like button results in a life where you're haunted by the cast of the villains from What the Wut. Dan is watching and so is Cruise Control. That's good. That's good. And thank you very much, Carbonize, for the PayPal you sent me yesterday. That's very kind of you. You've been very generous. I really appreciate it. Lisa Boo just said, I know I want Peacock too, right? I don't get it. I don't get it. I think it came out like last night into today, but the media's got it. Either way, the media's got it. So let's go through what Business Insider thought were the most important points. So I'm going to try to make this a bit bigger for you guys to read. That's as big as it's going to let me go. Okay. So a new documentary on Peacock examines the rise and fall of Sean Diddy Combs largely through the lens of former members of his inner circle. Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy, was the first major documentary to air since Combs was arrested last September and charged with 3 felonies, including ST. He has since been hit with a fresh wave of civil lawsuits alleging SA, R, and more. Combs has pleaded not guilty and publicly denied all of the allegations. His lawyers have said he won't comment on the pending litigation and intends to fight the charges against him at the trial scheduled on May 5th. Although Combs' network of A-listers have largely kept quiet amid the legal proceedings, several of his childhood friends, business associates, and employees agreed to appear on camera for the Peacock documentary. Keep reading for the most noteworthy quotes and takeaways. So this was one that we talked about a bit last week on Popcorn. Tim Dog Patterson said that Combs' mother hosted parties of her own in their childhood home. Yeah. So Tim Dog Patterson, a hip-hop producer who worked with Combs at Bad Boy Records before he left the music industry, is introduced in the doc as one of Combs' oldest friends. Patterson and Combs grew up in Mount Vernon, New York. When Patterson was a child a few years older than Combs, he and his mother moved into the bottom floor of Combs' house. Katie, do not start with the white nail polish. I can't. Patterson and other childhood friends, Lee Davis and Rich Parker, described Combs and his mother, Janice Combs, as appearing better off than other families in the area. Combs went to a Catholic private school, Mount St. Michael Academy, and always had the best of everything, Patterson recalls. He was always looked at as the rich kid. Or he was looked at as the rich kid. Okay. So Patterson also remembers a chaotic, adultized, upbringing in the Combs household, largely due to wild parties where Janice would often throw with drink and substances and pimps and pushers, regardless of whether the kids were home. At night, it wouldn't be a thing to mistakenly walk into one of the bedrooms and you've got a couple in there butt naked. Patterson says, "That's what we were privy to. This is what we were fed. Was it desensitizing us? I'm sure it was. Were we aware of it? No. That was just a Saturday night." That is so depressing. So incredibly depressing. Producer sister, does that surprise you at all?
I I don't even know at this point.
I know, right? It's like I want to say that like shocks me, but at the same time, like when we've seen those clips of Diddy and his mom
Yeah.
smooching,
Mm-hmm.
and then the talking about the white nail polish as
Mm-hmm.
well, and her putting her hands on the ground, all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's
It's kind of at this point, it's getting harder to shock me.
yeah, nothing surprises me anymore.
And I really wish that wasn't the case.
Yeah, me too. I hear you. I hear you. Okay, let's keep going. Now, I was really excited about this. Al B. Sure spoke in this documentary. Now, can you put a 1 in the chat or a oneth in the chat as we joke here? If you know who Al B. Sure is. If you don't know who he is, put a 2 in the chat for me. I'd appreciate it. I just want to get an idea of kind of where we're all at with our audience here, because I think it's an important piece of this. Let me go here. Okay. Yeah, just oneth vaguely. Katie Artist, I love it. Okay, so Al B. Sure was a former partner of Kim Porter. Now, of course, Kim Porter was in a very long relationship with Diddy. It was off and on. They have a child together, and then they have multiple kids together, I think, Diddy and Kim. And then Kim also had a child with Al B. Sure, who's Quincy Combs. And Al has been very outspoken in the past about Kim, and that he doesn't believe that her passing was natural, and that he also has had a few things happen to him that have been quite suspicious, and he's also spoken out about her journals as well. So getting to hear from him, I think, is an important piece of all of this. So Albert Joseph Brown III, aka music producer and recording artist Al B. Sure, worked with Combs in the early 90s at Uptown Records, where Combs started as an intern before he was promoted to a talent scout. When Combs was hired, Brown was dating Kim Porter, a model and actor. She gave birth to their son Quincy Taylor Brown in 1991, who we now know as Quincy Combs. He put out a happy birthday song last year, if any of you guys remember that from this show. Not King Combs, not Yeet Skirt, different song. According to Brown, Combs met Porter at the studio when he came by with his then girlfriend Misa Hilton. "I was in the studio with Kimberly and we had the baby with us at that point," Brown recalls in the doc. He, Combs, walked into the studio and looked over and he saw this really beautiful girl and she was holding this really beautiful baby. And he said, "Man, I wish I had a beautiful girl like that." And I was like, you do, it's Misa. Brown says Combs began pursuing Porter from that point on. Patterson echoes this point, so the childhood friend, telling the camera that it was love at first sight with Sean seeing Kim, adding the whole staff watched it happen. Sean had no shame in his aggression towards Kim and his approach to her. No shame. Just like, this is the girl. You're going to be my girl. You might not know it yet. I hate guys like that. They're scary. I'm sorry. Combs and Porter began their long time on and off relationship in 1994. Combs has often said he adopted her son Quincy when Quincy was still a toddler, and Quincy has described Combs as a father figure in his life. However, according to Brown, Combs never officially adopted Quincy. I didn't know that.
Interesting.
I thought he did.
So did I.
Ooh. Brown casts the adoption as propaganda, spun by PR professionals to make Combs look more paternal. Wow. I didn't know that. There's no adoption. None, he said. All crafted by a publicist. And if you haven't noticed, his name is still Brown. Like legally? Ooh, that's a reveal. Albisher also says that Porter confided in him about Combs, and she warned him not to get involved. Porter passed in 2018 from lobar pneumonia. According to the Los Angeles County Department of Medical Examiner coroner, she was 47. Brown previously called for an investigation into Porter's passing, although her children have said there isn't any evidence of foul play and condemned horrific conspiracy theories. In the doc, Brown explicitly describes Porter's passing as M, before asking producers, "Am I supposed to say allegedly?" All right. Brown goes on to say that Porter confided in him about her relationship with Combs. What she did say is, "Look, something's not right. His soul has gone completely dark, like he's just not there." Brown says, "She made me promise on our son Quincy Taylor Brown's life not to ever reveal because she was in complete fear of my life." Kimberly said, "Don't do this. Don't get involved. You will get unalived," he adds. Brown also implies that Combs is to blame for his near-fatal health scare in 2022, which landed him in a medically induced 2-month coma. And there's been a lot of people around Diddy that have been poisoned, allegedly, and then they've developed types of pneumonia.
Mm-hmm.
They've been really sick. This has been an ongoing phenomenon. Exactly, Wendy. Let's talk about the pneumonia. It's kind of one of those things, I think after a while, I don't want to assume the worst of people, but when it keeps happening over and over and over again, it starts to look suspicious.
It's a few too many just to be a coincidence.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, I would agree. It's a lot. Um, okay, so we'll keep going. The doc notes that Brown's account of these conversations has not been corroborated, nor is there evidence that Porter was a victim of DV. Okay. It also describes the cause of Brown's hospitalization as multiple illnesses, organ failure, and a subsequent hernia surgery that didn't fare well. All right. An anonymous source from Bad Boy Records says there ain't a Diddy party that didn't turn into a freak off. Oh no. Oh gosh. During this heyday, as a music mogul, Combs was known for throwing lavish star-studded events, including the annual White Party at his Hamptons mansion, which regularly featured undressed women. Sorry, give me 1 second, guys. Connection still okay, you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Not seeing anything weird? Okay. Just double checking. At the heart of the federal charges against Combs is what he called FOs, which prosecutors describe as adult performances that Combs directed between victims and male workers who were often illegally Betty cars. Since Combs's arrest, celebrities have begun disavowing or disclaiming their attendance at these parties, like Jamie Foxx, who recently joked, "I left them parties early. I was out by 9." Many of Combs's friends interviewed in the doc also say they never saw anything illicit or concerning behind closed doors. However, a former Bad Boy employee tells producers there ain't a Diddy party that didn't turn into a freak-off. The source declined to be named or interviewed on camera for fear of retaliation, though he did supply footage he'd taken in Combs' company. In one video, Combs says, "I'm going to show you how we have fun and stay out of jail too." Does he hear himself? Like ever? Some of the things that he says?
Doesn't feel like it.
No, it really doesn't. Several clips show Combs partying with crowds of people, usually illuminated by harsh red lighting. Any time where the studio rooms is red, it's red because he feels like the frequency for effing and adult things, the source says. The source also alleges that Combs asked him to recruit girls from local bars to come back to Combs' house. Oh my gosh. He looked at two of the girls and winked his eye and pointed and said, "Y'all come here," the source recalls, and he walked out and left into his room and didn't come out until a whole nother 24 hours. For sure they were underage. Ugh. Can I just say, when it comes to the Diddy allegations at this point, I need to start seeing more evidence of these things. I've heard so much hearsay and so many people saying that yes, this is a thing and yes, this has happened, but I need to see more evidence at this point, and I truly do hope if there is a superseding indictment that we're going to see that. Because this has been going on for a long time. Of people saying, oh, the names will shock you, oh, this will shock you, oh, this will shock you. I'm ready to be shocked. I really am. I'm ready to be shocked. I don't know about you guys. Put a 1 in the chat if you know what I mean. All right. Let me see here. Next point. So according to Combs' former bodyguard, Gene Deal, Combs threatened to pimp out female musicians on his roster. This does not surprise me in the least. At the height of his career, Combs operated as the founder and CEO of Bad Boy Entertainment and the executive producer of MTV's Making the Band, a reality show about scouting and assembling a new hip-hop group. Combs hand-selected the members who were then signed to Bad Boy Records as Bad Boys, da Band. One of the members, Sarah Rivers, interviewed in the doc about Combs' behavior behind the scenes. I think this is going to be a little bit triggering, guys, just so you know. Just take care of yourselves.
Be aware.
When he got so angry with one of my band members, he said, "You make me so mad, I want to eat your flesh," she tells the camera. Yeah. And then he said to another one of your band members, he said, "You're rolling your eyes, I could go get a substance head and pay them $20 to smack the ish out of you." Who says that?
Yeah.
That's crazy. And Combs also was accused by Rivers of touching her inappropriately when they were alone together. "Honestly, I didn't want to be around him unless there were cameras," Rivers said, adding that she felt intimidated by Combs. Gene Deal, Combs' bodyguard from 1991 to 2005, also remembers Combs making threats about his female employees. "We're in the studio, and he'd said some stuff about the band," Deal recalls. And Puff said, "They gonna keep effing around with me. I'm going to use substances on them and pimp them out to my N-words." This is demented. And I said, "Those are somebody's daughters," Deal adds. "What the F are you talking about?" Deal recounted in that same incident in November in 2023 during an interview on the Art of the Dialogue podcast, though he was referring to Danity Kane, the R&B girl group that was formed by Combs in 2005. "They're probably going to go after him," Deal said of the band members. Danity Kane's Don Richard sued Combs in September of 2024, accusing him of multiple things. And Combs' attorney, Erica Wolf, responded to Richard's lawsuit in a public statement saying Mr. Combs is shocked and disappointed by this lawsuit. In an attempt to rewrite history, Don has now manufactured a series of false claims, all in hopes of trying to get a payday, conveniently timed to coincide with her album release and press tour. It is unfortunate that Ms. Richards has cast their 20-year friendship aside to try to get some money from him, but Mr. Combs is confidently standing on truth and looks forward to proving that in court. Another former member of Danity Kane, Aubrey O'Day, wrote on X that she felt validated after Combs was arrested. "The purpose of justice is to provide an ending and allow us the space to create a new chapter," O'Day wrote. "Today is a win for women all over the world, not just me, and things are finally changing." I believe there was a third member of Danity Kane that's spoken out as well. A lot of them are speaking out. There's a lot of people who are starting to talk, and I think that's a good thing at the end of the day. Alrighty. So, to be clear, when it comes... Richard, oh my goodness. Sorry, I just seen your comment. No, you don't want to be around him with cameras either.
Normally I would say that would be good, but no, not...
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I hear you. So this is a condensed version of my show tonight. I usually go for about 2 hours. We're not going to go for all 2 hours because it's been a long day. Um, but we do tend to have a section now after we read through the news of the day where I talk to you guys. I look at your opinions. And this is when, if you want to share your opinion in the chat and you want to talk about things, now is the time and we can have that little discussion. And then we can move into our What the What, which is our fun section. I know a lot of people come here just for the pop culture topics, but I think it is important to have times where we talk about other things, where we hear each other, where we validate each other, and then we also laugh at things. I think all of that is really important. So I am opening up the floor to you guys in the chat, and I will be interacting with you guys. You don't have to send in a super chat. I will be looking at chats that are not paid. If you want to, you're welcome to. And as you guys get all of your thoughts out, I usually introduce you all to my dog Lacey. She's very cute. So give me 1 second. I can get that all set up. Just want to double check here. Alrighty. Boom. Okay, let me grab Lacey. Let me grab Daisy. Oh, you dropped your ball. Okay. This is Lacey. Yeah. So Lacey is my toy poodle Shih Tzu mix. Sometimes she yawns for us. Sometimes she burps for us. We haven't had a burp in a while. But she's definitely done that on a number of occasions. And or little snorts or whatever. But yeah, puppy break because life is depressing and sometimes we just need puppies. Oh, second yawn. Thank you. Thank you very much. That was very pronounced. Good job, baby girl. Good job. Thank you. I think you've just made many people happy. Wouldn't that be great if everybody just burped and everyone was happy? All right. We love you, Lacey. If you joined membership, there is a Lacey emoji. You can see some of my angels using that in the chat. It's one of our favorite little perks. I have another dog, Charlie, but he is a very loud Shih Tzu that makes a lot of noise. So he does not always come on this show because if he does, you really can't hear anything else. It's just him. It's just him. We've joked about like reading really, really horrific lawsuits with him snorting in the background just to kind of help with the gravity of what we're dealing with. So yeah, it could be fun. Alrighty. Yeah, JLo Ducky said, I think that's the loudest I've heard from her. It was pretty loud, I'm not gonna lie. That was a louder one. That was a louder one. Alrighty. So I'm scrolling up before all of the Lacey emojis and just seeing what you guys think. Carbonized. My blue-faced savage ancestors had more honor in their behind hairs than this rotten potato does in his entire hill. In this entire hill. Just pathetic. Fair enough. Fair enough. Jackie Swan said, oh my goodness, he really is beyond monster status, and he is turning to one of Hell's minions. The more I hear sick B-word. Yep, fair. Let me see. Yeah, and Richard, yes, I remember when Cassie was just trying to get money until the film footage showed up. That's kind of been their go-to defense. And I kind of get to a point where I'm like, how many people are really after his money, and how much money does he really have left at this point? I mean, his lawyers are not cheap. All of this is not cheap. Yeah, I don't think so. Let me see here. Okay, all right, and then the emojis, Lacey emojis. Let's go back down. Yeah, Kyle said she wanted to make sure everyone in the back could hear. Yeah, Lacey's burp, absolutely. And Katie Art is saying, I need that soundbite to add to its fashion. We might be able to do that, actually. That could be fun. For those of you that are not aware, we have a lot of inside jokes on this channel. I usually stream on Mondays and Wednesdays. And we've had a lot of jokes over the years as I've done this show. One of them being, I love this clip of Jennifer Hudson. For whatever reason, she did an interview and she was asked to just sing random things, including this.
Insufficient funds. You ain't got no money. Ooh.
I feel that in my soul. And we all sing that. We all sing ooh at the end. But Katie's favorite, one of my mods, is this moment.
It's fashion meets. It's fashion. It's excuse me.
So that's the joke about the burp. Is that maybe that burp should be replaced by Lacey. Oh my goodness. Pearl Jen just said, I remember how he treated the girls on Danity Kane when he was making the band. You're not Beyonce. Can't stand him. That reminds me of another story I actually kind of wanted to talk about. Let me pull this up quickly. Just in passing, like we don't have to do a whole thing on it. I didn't know this. Apparently O-Town was a part of making the band. Producer Sister, do you remember this?
Somewhere in my brain, yes.
Yeah, but it wasn't with Diddy. It was with Lou Pearlman, right?
Yes.
And I don't know how many of you guys know about Lou Pearlman, but I believe he has since passed away. But
yes,
he passed away in prison.
Yep.
Because of what he did to like Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, so many of these boy bands. But apparently O-Town is now having trouble being able to book work because people are hearing making the band and they don't want to associate with them.
They're still doing stuff?
Apparently.
Right.
And I was reading this today and I was like, that's very... Yeah, so we've already inherited our own infamous producer / manager, Pearlman, from our version of making the band, and now another version, and its mogul, is affecting us. For our livelihood to be impacted this many years after the brand was moved to him is so unfortunate. Yeah, so the corporate events O-Town does tend to be the strongest offers for the group, says the band's agent. Of Universal Attractions Agency, the offer was pulled due to the perception of the group being attached to Diddy. We made it clear that O-Town's making the band had no association with Diddy, but the company worried guests might be confused. Since the Diddy news, we've received questions and hesitancy from several talent buyers, especially for soft tickets like the fairs and theme parks, as well as city-funded events. The group are also finding their image plastered over posts about Diddy charges and their name popping up in articles related to the scandal.
That sucks.
Yeah, that really sucks. Yeah. There's another quote here where they just say, of all the bands and making the band, we are the only one not tied to him, and points out Underwood, who's never met Diddy. The more people confuse us with a Diddy band and post pictures with this story, the more it goes against us. We make a living touring and we can't afford to have bookers Googling us to find the latest Diddy clickbait. That sucks. That sucks. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Michelle. That was really loud on your speakers. I didn't mean to blast out your car. I'm sorry. But yeah, I thought that was pretty crazy. Exactly, Marsha. People need to do their research. People need to do their research because that's not okay. They shouldn't have to suffer for this. They didn't do nothing. And even at that, like, Lou Pearlman was a nightmare in itself. I believe, didn't Lance Bass make a documentary about that?
There's been a couple of them.
Yeah.
And there's one that... Yeah, Lance did one. There's a new one that just came out on Netflix, I think.
Oh, okay. Big story.
Yeah, I think Lance's actually is on YouTube for free.
Really?
I think so. Let me just double check.
That's interesting. Yeah. No.
Yeah, the boy band Con, the Lou Pearlman story, is a YouTube original.
There you go.
So it's on YouTube for free.
So if you want to learn more about that dumpster fire, that's there for you. Mm-hmm. Be a good one to sit down and watch. Alrighty, I'm gonna pull up What the What. Get that in there. Let me see here. See. Just trying to keep up with the chat, guys. Everybody doing okay?
I think so.
I think so. Oh my gosh.
What?
I see the two. I think we're just going to do one.
Okay.
But I think you know the one I'm going to pick.
I figured.
So to be clear, when it comes to What the What, I don't know what we are about to see. I react to this the same way you guys do. Sometimes I have an idea of what the topic is before we start, or there may be the odd question I have or producer sister has, and she just wants to make sure that things are all appropriate, but I don't know what's coming. Now, we had a show last week where we started joking about butter sculptures.
Yep.
And like I said, What the What gets random, guys. We get really, really random.
And the beauty of it. That's why it's called What the What, because it gives me freedom.
Yes. And honestly, it's kind of become a bit of a cult favorite within this community. We all adore it. And so we talked a bit about that. I can't even remember how we got on the topic.
The lamb butter thing.
Yeah. I joked that there was at one point I bought a thing of butter that was shaped like a lamb. So as you cut off pieces of the butter to put on your bread, you were cutting off pieces of the lamb. It was very, very dark. And then we found out that this was apparently like a thing.
Apparently this was a thing we went to as kids.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Our mom was like, yeah, we went to like a butter sculpture competition thing when you were a kid. And I'm like, I have no memory of this.
There's a big thing in Toronto called the Royal Winter Fair. And it's one of those things like we used to go on school trips.
Yeah.
And it still happens. And there's a whole butter sculpture thing at ROM. And I'm like, okay.
I have no memory of this.
I have no memory of this, but apparently it's a thing.
So, yeah. Today's What the What is the coolest butter sculptures ever.
Yep.
Kind of the thing we didn't know we ever needed. But now that it's here, I really want to see it.
But you never know what you're going to find when you Google something.
Nope. I did also just want to say thank you so much, everybody. My sub count has gone up quite a bit today. I really do appreciate it. I am 11 subs away from 28,300. So if that's something that you'd like to do, I would really appreciate it. I would love to see you join on this journey with me. I love this. This is what I love to do. And I would really appreciate it if you would give that support or like and all that other type of stuff. And speaking of support, thank you very much, Pearl Jan, for, I think, the 11 gifted memberships. So Team Odd, for those of you that are either Team Even, Team Odd in the membership wars, Team Odd is winning. Thank you so much, Pearl Jan. You are wonderful, and I really, really appreciate you. You've always been so generous on this channel, and as always, your support, guys, just means the world to me, and I do really appreciate it. Dinny Rose just said, ItsKim, you gals don't remember because you were traumatized by all the animal butter. That is entirely possible.
Yep. And I was like 7.
Which means I was like 4.
Well, no, you would have gone separately for school.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't remember.
And if you guys do want to send in any support, I will do my best to stay up to date with it because we're through the main topic. So, all good to go? Let's go. Coolest butter sculptures ever! Eye of the Tigers. A real... I'm sorry, this is hitting me in waves. The real Tiger Woods had some trouble with his swing as of late, but you can see the focus in the eyes of the butter tiger. So that is a butter Tiger Woods.
Yep.
Complete with golf club.
Yep.
And golf ball.
Yep.
Sitting on a bench.
Yep.
That also has a bucket full of golf balls.
Yep.
With a tiger.
Yep.
On a leash.
You're welcome.
Why?
Why not?
I'm not trying to challenge people's art, right? Like art. But like, I guess I just feel like if I had to do this, I don't know if this is what I would pick. I don't know what I would pick. Let me know in the chat. If you had to make a butter sculpture, what would you make?
Mm-hmm.
Let me know. Oh my gosh. Forward thinking. Stop it.
Yep.
Stop it.
Yep.
No! Stop! Okay. Canadian knowledge for you all. Years ago, we had a mayor in Toronto. His name was Rob Ford. Rob Ford has since passed away. His brother is now in charge of my healthcare.
He's the premier of Ontario.
But Rob got into trouble because there was a scandal where we found out that he was smoking things out of a pipe. It was not the green.
It made it all the way to SNL.
It was a lot.
Yep.
And there's many videos, compilations of him talking about going down on his wife and falling with a football in his hand and knocking over an old lady on the floor of city council. He's a mess. So seeing him as a butter sculpture is yeah. What do you think he's contemplating for his future? A political comeback? Dinner plans?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Oh, Matthew Coburn, I love that. A butter sculpture of Alf. I like it. I like it. This is a lot. That's a lot. Go for gold! Okay, so Shawn Johnson is the 2008 Olympic balance beam gold medalist. What's better than a golden medal? A golden statue. I mean, it's butter, but it also looks like gold, right? But why is he with a cow?
She.
Oh, she?
Yes.
Sean.
It's a she.
I didn't know that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to misgender, but I assume when I read Sean that it's a man. I'm sorry. But why is there a cow?
I don't know. Through the balance beam.
Through the balance beam.
Yeah,
It's like a cow shish kebab. This is
dark.
This is very dark. Dreadnought, was he a butterball? Oh, he was a lot of things. He was a lot of things that I can't say.
Yep.
Expecto more butter. Why wasn't butterbeer included in this display? Someone really dropped the on this one. Harry Potter. The Harry Potter butter statue.
It was right there in front of you.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I love the Hedwig. I'm not gonna lie. Hedwig looks like he's been to war.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can make out the features on Hedwig's face. I may have to. Sometimes we do this. Should we zoom in? Should we zoom in on Hedwig? I'm zooming in on Hedwig. Give me a second. Because I'm sorry. Sometimes just these moments, I don't want them just in frame. They need to be. They need to be front and center. Give me 1 second. Producer sister, do you want to read out any of your favorite butter sculpture suggestions?
I like Carbonized caption for this one of Expectro Patronum.
Patronum?
Patronum.
Perfect.
Yep. Beautiful.
Perfection.
Yep. Pretty good.
Oh, it's so pixelated, it's hard to show it. But yeah, it's like his mouth and his eyes are like deep set. He looks like he's seen a ghost. Which, I mean, technically, Hedwig did see ghosts.
It's fair.
Quite often. I wish I had a higher res.
Yeah, the article wasn't super.
What, they didn't film all of the butter sculptures in 4K?
No, they didn't.
This was not the most important thing that they were doing?
Shame on them.
I'm in shock. I mean, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people around. This little piggy. Scooters. The only acceptable way to go, wee, all the way home. I'm sorry, I have to say it in the back behind the piggy. Is that a Ferrero Rocher tree?
Maybe?
Of little tiny butterballs.
I'm not sure.
Oh my gosh. The piggy, though. Like, why? Why? I don't think we'll ever know. I don't think we'll ever know. Butter knife! Even a Hugh Jackman made entirely out of butter still looks good enough to eat. Stop! We were supposed to talk about him on Popcorn today.
Yeah?
Yeah, because apparently, like, with the breakup of his marriage, rumor has it that his ex-wife is very upset that Blake has sided with Hugh. And not her.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of like the question of, like, girl stuff. I don't know. Again, media manipulation for all we know. I have no idea what's going on, but...
I need to know why.
Although I will say, I do think it was weird that Hugh Jackman was at the premiere for It Ends With Us.
Yes.
And walked down the red carpet with Blake and Ryan. Like, I get that they did Deadpool together and everything else, which apparently now, like, Disney's being, like, called up to give over all documents regarding Nice Pool. So that's going to be interesting. But, yeah, it was a lot. It's a lot. Dairy air. Stop. We're not sure who started that the moon was made of cheese nonsense. It clearly was made of butter. And there's literally, it's the cow jumped over the moon with, and is it the plate ran off with the spoon?
I don't remember.
I can't remember the exact wording, but the hickory, no, that's not it. That nursery rhyme. My brain is like half mush right now. I'm sorry. Not retaining or retrieving memories well. Mount Rushmore. Oh, great. We can thank the 2008 Ohio State Fair for this country-honoring presentation of carbs. Is butter a carb? Whatever, I'm getting cheese fries. No, I mean, that kind of feels like it's sculpting. It is very sculpting.
Yep.
I'm not mad about it.
Nope.
It's interesting. Oh, J-Lo, this was your idea before? Interesting. Which one? Producer sister, if you can watch it, because I missed it. And I feel bad. The king of rock and rolls. Rolls as in bread rolls. This baby is ready to serenade you, or to be spread thinly over a sliced baguette. You know, anything pop culture related, you gotta have something Elvis. He's gotta show up every time. In the Muppets, he showed up with triplets. 3 Elvises for some reason. I don't even know.
J-Lo
the moon being butter.
Yes, the moon being butter.
Ah, yes. Carbonized, because who doesn't need a bunch of old white guys immortalized in butter? I mean, I don't know. It's never been something I've woken up and been like, I need it. Jackie Swan said, I don't know if butter is a carb or not, but I love it so much. There's a line in Mean Girls where Regina George just says, like, is butter a carb? And then goes, oh, whatever, I'm getting cheese fries. As in, like, she's trying to be, like, so healthy, and then she's like, no, I'm gonna go get cheese fries. It's a moment. Hi ho, look at the beard detailing of the 7 dwarves wanted... If the 7 dwarves wanted an accurate portrayal, they didn't get the short end of that butter stick. You know what? I would rather watch a movie with these butter dwarves than what is coming out. Put a 1 in the chat if you have seen the nightmare fuel that is the Snow White trailer.
Unfortunately.
I cannot even describe how messed up this movie just seems like it's going to be. And honestly, I have no desire to go to the theater and pay to see it to be proved right. Or wrong, for that matter. I don't think any really of the Disney remakes have been super good since Cinderella. That's just my opinion. I think Colleen Atwood did the costuming in that, and she knocked it out of the park. It was gorgeous. But, like, yeah, no, I'm over the Disney live remakes. This is kind of a thing on this channel. I fear what they will do with Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yep.
And if they're going to do a live remake of anything, Atlantis is right there, Disney.
Yep.
How dare you? How dare you? And also, considering Snow White is Disney's first animated film, full-length animated film, it deserved way better than what it's getting. But that's just me. The Last Supper, of course! Of course. Butter would definitely be present at Delicious Last Supper. Of course. King Bob just said, do I have to admit to seeing the preview? I plead the fifth. It's okay. We listen and we don't judge. We're all here for each other.
And this is why we have previews.
Exactly, Katie, though. Atlantis with Tom and Zendaya.
Yep.
Yes. Yes, please. Oh, exactly, Dreadnought. The comment of the day I saw on that was, why have they chosen Lord Farquaad to play Snow White? They did her hair dirty.
They really did.
Like, what even was that? Also, I'm really sorry, but, like, I in no way am saying that Rachel is not an attractive woman, because I do think that she is lovely. I think she's beautiful. I think she's talented. There's no hate to her whatsoever. But we all know, like, Gal Gadot is stunning. So why you took Rachel and then gave her Lord Farquaad hair and then told me to think that she is prettier than Gal, I give up. I don't know if that's a controversial take, but I just... They should have done... They did her dirty. They did her dirty. The whole thing's ridiculous. Katie said I could do better, and I'm not a hairstylist. There's no excuse. Not a one. Not one. All right, Carb Wars. There's absolutely nothing light about this saber. Full fat all the way. Of course we had to have a Vader. We had to have a Vader. Okay, I feel better. Some of you guys are agreeing with me. I'm not, and that's the thing, I'm not trying to like body shame or make anybody feel a certain way. Like, I'm not saying that anybody is unattractive. I'm just saying that Rachel deserved better costuming and hair.
Yeah.
They set her up for failure on that one. 100%. What is that pose? I don't know, Katie. Oh my goodness.
Who is hiding behind him?
Oh gosh, is there a Yoda? The other side of Darth. Into the butter sculpture Yoda was made. Oh, his ear looks a little derpy on the one side.
Maybe the butter was starting to melt.
That's not the way Frank moved it. That's not how the ear's moved. Oh gosh. Yes, Diddy Rose, Darth Butter. Darth Butter. And as Matthew just said, Darth Butter, his son Luke Margarine. Stop. Katie, trauma. Trauma! Yeah, Yoda's seen some stuff. Yoda has seen some things. Moo! Itch, get out of the way! Road hogs ain't got nothing on road cows. Why not? Why not? Look at that cow. I mean, the sculpting's impressive. I'm kind of asking how they did the wheel.
Yeah.
That is actually impressive. I'm not gonna lie. Ugh. Carbonize your bread buttered, you must. Beautiful. And Sarah, butter do you have? Butter move. These are good. These are good. Are we having fun, guys? Are we having fun with the butter sculptures? It's so random, but like, it's fun. It's just fun. Who cares? It's fun. Also, by the way, I am 2 away from 28,300. So, thank you very much, everybody. You guys are amazing. Sheer madness. Imagine how long this process must take, even for one lamb. The lengthy distraction is probably why little Bo Peep lost all her sheep. I mean, I'm impartial to the poodle on the floor.
I think it's a sheep.
The little one?
Yeah.
That looks like a poodle.
Why is there a poodle with the sheep?
I don't know. Okay, everybody can see it, right? Poll time. Is it a poodle? Is it a poodle or a sheep? The one on the floor. Not the main one. The one on the floor. Let me know. Do we still have Eye in the Tiger stuck in our head?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Carbonize just said, that's a doggo. That's a peepo. Oh my goodness. Oh, Sarah, do butter sheep say ba or ba?
Oh gosh.
Sarah. Oh, that's good. That's good. Let me know. Where are we at? Okay, people think it's a poodle.
Yep.
I'm not wrong. Okay.
All right.
Poodle. Poodle. I'll wait for a few more minutes, like a few more seconds and get everybody to vote in. Say your piece. Now is the time. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, I think poodle won.
Yeah.
Poodle won. There we go. Not mad about it. I will never be mad about the inclusion of poodles. They're pretty great. As was previously shown on this show. Manatee preservation. Okay, how?
Mm-hmm.
We're glad someone did their part to preserve this endangered species. Okay, now I have questions.
There's got to be like a metal structure or something in it.
Is that allowed?
I don't know.
Is this like, what was it, like the cake shows where they
Yeah.
had like rules that, you know, you could only use so much Rice Krispie treat? Like you had to actually use cake. You couldn't just make Rice Krispie treat and then put fondant over it and call it a day.
Yeah.
I have questions.
But even on those though, you had to have some allowance for a structure inside, or the cake will just collapse on itself.
I want to know. I want to know. Butter tea. Oh gosh, Barbara. Butter tea.
Butter tea.
Butter tea.
One
Veggie
for
Tales
me.
kids rejoice. Jabba the Glut. Oh, and the tongue on him. Ugh. Ugh. Brother, ugh. Ugh. Hey, maniacal villainy is hard work. You enjoy that butter cake, Java. I mean, I'm sure he could probably have a good amount without, you know, gaining weight.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably got a pretty good, you know, thing there. Jackie Swan has been a member for 14 months. I voted sheep, didn't see the poodle on the floor. Doe. That's okay. That's okay. Jabba the Butter. Thank you, Denny Rose. Yeah, it's... Oh, Marilyn, a girl's best friend. Marilyn was a little confused. Diamonds are meh, but carbs are a girl's best friend. I mean, I like the idea of it. I don't know. I feel like we've seen better.
Mm-hmm.
But good try. Yeah, the face. Thank you, Katie. The face is a bit... She's seen things.
Yep.
Children of the Cream? What? We're not sure if this is a collection of patriotic children or the recreation of a scene in Pink Floyd music video. I was gonna be like, I'm not sure what's happening here.
I'm afraid.
Why are there so many of them?
They keep going.
Like this, honestly, this kind of reminds me like of something you'd see in like Doctor Who.
Yeah.
There'd be like an army of butter children coming to like take over the planet. I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh, that's it?
That's it.
All right, there's the butter. Okay, we're just going to lead on that then for a minute and let them stare into our souls because that's just terrifying. All right, well, there's What the What. Could we get some hearts in the chat for producer sister for putting that all together for us? I so appreciate that. We're at about the hour mark. We did it.
Yeah.
I was hoping we could do like a kind of mini version of the show and condense it. It's kind of felt like we've been in a race.
Yeah.
But we did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. So this is what I call last call. This is your last opportunity to make a comment. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you subbed. All that good stuff. If you've got anything you want to say, now's your opportunity. If you want to send in a last minute super chat or a membership thing like Carbonized just did, thank you so much. So generous of you. Saying Butter Harry is clearly using a Wingardium Butterosa to make those manatees float. Wow. That was great.
Mm-hmm.
That was great. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, Wancho just said they actually had something like that in Doctor Who. Sentient blobs of fat called adipose. Yep. Yep. I feel like I might have actually seen that. I tried to watch Doctor Who for a bit because my husband really loved it. It was a lot for a while. It was a lot. And also just, I found I was so frustrated. I don't know about you guys, if anybody's a Whovian, but I just kind of felt like for the amount that they charged, like, to get the show and how long it took for, like, seasons to come out or episodes, I'm like, you guys are so patient. You guys are the most patient fan base ever. It's insane. Like, it's probably...
Kingdom Hearts fans would like to enter that chat.
I know. I was going to say, I feel like they're kind of in the same group. Like, the Kingdom Hearts fans that have been waiting forever. We just live to wait. It never ends. Mm-mm. It never ends. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, Aussie Ann said love old Doctor Who. Yep. Yep. There's someone I love in my life that is obsessed with the scarf. The really long scarf from the older Doctor Who. Katie Artist, more patient than Game of Thrones? Oh no, we're all just traumatized at this point, Katie. We're all just traumatized and learning really, really fast how to deal with the brightness and contrast levels on our televisions if we want to see any of what we've paid the premium for to watch HBO. I'm still bitter about the last season. I don't care. I don't care. Come at me. It was the worst thing. It was awful. Absolutely awful. Oh, Wancho, that's what reruns and fan fiction are for. Entertain however you please, I guess. As long as it's not hurting anybody. Elisa Boo, the plunger on the bot was funny in Doctor Who. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm trying to remember, like, it all kind of just merges together in my head. I did enjoy David Tennant. I think if I had to pick a doctor, David Tennant was my doctor. Easily. Easily. Yeah, Lisa, if I never got into Doctor Who, I tried. It's a big commitment. It's a lot. It's a lot. Let me see. Oh, Project Metal Music said I stopped watching Doctor Who even though I've been a fan since the 70s. Oh, and that's the thing. It's just been going on for so long, right? And it's such like a, it's such a thing for so many people. It's so important. It's so, so important. Kyle, please don't mention fanfic. I have too much PTSD. I'm sorry for the things you saw. I'm sorry. Sarai, yep, Game of Thrones Game of Thrones makes me mad. I hear you. I hear you. Exactly, Katie. The specials when Tenet came back were actually good. That one I remember when it was like, Tenet's coming back. I'm like, okay, I'll actually watch this. I'm down. I'm down. Oh, Stargate Atlantis, Carbonized. I love these, like, the shows that people connect with, and it doesn't matter how long ago they came out, people just still love them. Especially the nerdy ones. Like, I know there's a lot of people that love The Office, and they love Friends. Producer Sister is one of those people who adores Friends. And I know you like The Office, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like sitcoms.
Yeah. But, like, the nerdy shows, like the devotion to Firefly.
Yeah.
My goodness, you guys. You ride or die people. I'll tell you that. It's crazy. Katie just said we're rewatching Firefly right now. We're in a couple seconds delay, so I know she didn't hear me before she wrote that. That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. Oh. Let me see here. Oh, Christina, I'm hungry and have a hamburger. Got any recipes? Do you have teriyaki? Because sometimes I'll put teriyaki on my burger and then mozzarella cheese and pineapple, and it's really good.
Grilled pineapple.
Grilled pineapple's really good. I usually do it with chicken.
Yeah, you can do it with chicken,
but you do it with beef too. It's good. It's good. Pearl Jan, I'm rewatching The Golden Girls. It's perfection. I've actually never watched like a lot of Golden Girls. I would like to.
I've watched a few episodes.
Yeah. Because I feel like it's very iconic at this point.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Sarai said I can watch The Walking Dead over and over again. That was one a lot of people loved.
Yeah.
A lot of people loved. Let me see. Let me see.
Sophie asked if I ever watched How I Met Your Mother. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
That
one didn't end well either.
The alternate ending is the ending. They shot two endings.
And they picked the wrong one.
And they picked the wrong one. I don't know which I'm more angry about. The fact that they made you wait through 9 seasons only to have her
I'm gonna let you
pass
go.
away.
I'm gonna let you go.
Like, we went 9 seasons and now she's gone. Ugh. Or the fact that we went 9 seasons of growth for Barney. And then in the last, 15 minutes of the finale, they just blew it all up. What the heck? It's terrible.
I think Jay is saying amen right now with you, saying thank you, producer sister. Really. Really. Oh, True Crime Kate just said there was an alternate ending.
Yes, there's an alternate ending.
Oh. Can we do spoilers?
She doesn't pass away.
Okay, the spoiler, she doesn't die.
Yeah. And the whole thing that he just went back to Robin doesn't exist.
Yeah, Kyle just said the ending was more like an epilogue we didn't need.
No.
That's fair.
And I mean, I am not thrilled with the fact that they took the 9th season and made it last 3 days. They spread it out. But I did like the fact that they wove in moments of Ted and Tracy. I felt like that was validating because you've been through 8 seasons at this point talking about this woman who we've never seen on screen. So to actually get to see them interact I found to be satisfying. I think that was really a bit of a redeeming bit of season 9. But oh my gosh, the finale was just, I was throwing things at the TV. I was so mad.
I love Medora Art going, what? Katie going, how did we get on this older shows topic? I don't know. I think it's probably a better topic than a lot of like the random things that I end up with. I look at a lot of really like weird obscure TV. Oh
Yeah.
oh my goodness. Did any of you guys watch like horror content on YouTube at all? Put a one in the chat if you do. Like horror stuff, because I watched the video. I just feel like it's exploded over the past month. It's the darkest children's show ever, or something like that, by Nick Crowley, I think is the name of the YouTuber. Absolutely fantastic. But basically it goes into the Children of God cult and one of the kids shows that they made for the kids in the cult to groom them. And it is, that whole thing is, I want to say it this way. It is one of the best mini documentaries I've ever seen in my life. I cannot believe how good it was. The pacing of it and the way that they introduced everything was so good, but it is disturbing and one of the darkest things I've ever seen in my life. But if you're into that kind of stuff and like cults and all that stuff, it's interesting, but prepare yourself, because whenever you think that it's as bad as it's going to get, it's not. It's not. And it's kind of started this, Life with Grandpa, right, Angela? You got it. Angela Dawn, you got it. And it's kind of been one of those things that I've seen a lot of people do reaction videos to it, and that's kind of picked up, and it's just like, I watched it with my husband after like I had seen it previously and I showed it to him, and he just was like, how does this keep getting worse? It's a lot. It's a lot. But at the same time, I think it's also very exposing to how dark cults can be and the things that they can do and why it's important for us to talk about them and to expose what's happening, because it's messed up. It's really messed up. Really, really messed up. But yeah, that's like what I've been watching. I'm weird. I'm sorry.
I did just check. If you haven't seen it and you want to see it, the alternate ending for How I Met Your Mother is on YouTube. Just type in, like I just typed in HIMYM alternate ending and it popped right up. It's about 6 minutes long.
There you go. So if you want to see it and heal your soul a little bit, you could do that.
Rob and Barney still get divorced. I'm still mad at them for that. But at least you get the other piece.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Let me see. So I just said I used to watch Ghost Hunters. Yeah. Yeah. I don't watch a lot of like ghost shows. I think it's just like, at least for me, like I definitely believe in like the idea of like spiritual realm for sure, with my faith. And so I tend to not really like to mess with ghosts. That's just me. So it's like, it's really freaky for me to watch those, but I know everybody has a different way of looking at things. Yeah. Let me see here. Oh, Lee just said I can't decide if my fave is Stargate or Supernatural. Yeah. It's Medora Kim, have you seen Ryan staying in a haunted house with Shane for 24 hours? I've seen a few of their ghost files. And they make me laugh. I'm not gonna lie, they make me laugh. Shane just makes me laugh way too hard of just his so not having this. It's great. If you guys have ever seen it, Watcher, the YouTube channel, that's where my blue professor is from, Puppet History, which is apparently coming back. I'm very excited. And they have a ghost hunting show, and one of them, Ryan, definitely believes in ghosts and believes in the supernatural, and then there's Shane, and he does not. He just does not. And the two of them are just hilarious together. They're a good time. They're a good time. Oh, Carbonite just said, I'm okay with ghosts. I work in a hospital and it's haunted. Oh, gosh. Ah. Ah. That would scare me. That would scare me. Watch out, the super Hulock fandom are unique. Sounds like it. Sounds like it. I fear what you have seen. I do. I fear what you have seen. Ugh. Christine M., have you ever had a supernatural experience that you had to try to tell someone about and no one believes it? Maybe. Maybe. I think that depends, because there's some people that'll believe a lot, and then there's other people that won't. But yeah. Carbonite said I missed Bones. This is like the cutest conversation ever,
Yeah.
and I can't. Like, the viewership has gone up. You guys are adorable as we're just talking about this. It's, oh. Medora Art just said without Shane, like on Ghost Hunters, it's really scary. Yeah. But Shane just kind of makes it a bit easier. It's a bit easier. Let me see here. Jackie Swan said, I'm always torn between SG1 and Supernatural. I love them both for different reasons. Fair enough. Fair enough. Bones was a good show, Matthew. It was. It was. I think my husband got really invested in that one at one point. Let me see here. I love this. I love this. This is so wholesome. After all the crap we've talked about today, that is like so depressing. I love this. I love this. Oh, Denny Rose just said, bring back Buffy and Angel. Yes. Yes. I know so many people love this. True Crime Kate says, I fall asleep to Forensic Files. How? How? I will say, there was a while where producer sister and my mom watched a lot of Criminal Minds.
It was a phase.
I didn't want to be in the room. Like, I'm like, how do you watch this? I'm so uncomfortable. It's making me think that everybody that I'm in the grocery store with is, like, terrifying. Oh, mess me up. Mess me up.
It was weird, too, because a couple weeks ago, my dad and I stopped at McDonald's for a coffee. And we went in. They had Criminal Minds on TV. Like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
No.
At McDonald's. I'm like, there are children watching this. Like little kids.
Yep.
No, I'm not, like, I don't think that's one of those shows that should be on in public. Because not every episode, but some of them get really dark.
They do. They do. I do have to say, Matthew Coburn just said, Shout Factory has all of the ALF seasons and the cartoon series. There's another company that has the ALF TV movie made years after the original series. I will say, before it had fully changed hands into Shout, there was a period where ALF was kind of like in limbo. It was really weird. And they messed up the DVD release. There were like a few of the discs that were wrong when they printed them. So you had to actually like send them and get another one if I'm remembering correctly. I never did that. But I found them online. And I found a few of like the episodes that had been edited as time went on, and watched the original versions of those. And I have those files, and I love them. I love them so much. They're so much fun. They're so much fun. It was I think actually, producer sister, you might remember this episode. It's the one, Try to Remember, where he loses his memory, and he wakes up and he thinks that he's an insurance salesman.
Okay.
So in the original version of it, he the way that he hurts himself, I can't remember. I think he electrocutes himself in the bathtub.
Oh, good.
He tries to make it a jacuzzi. So he brings in the what is it, a mixer, and he puts it in the tub.
Oh my gosh.
And he electrocutes himself, and then that's when he has this like episode where he thinks that he's an insurance salesman. And unfortunately, I think the behind the scenes of it was that there was a kid that saw that.
Oh no.
And did it. And they did like a PSA in the show telling kids, like, don't do this. And he did, like, this kid. And so they had to edit the show for future airings.
Yeah.
So now you just hear him fall. And he just goes, whoa! And it's like he fell in the bathtub, and that's the end of it.
Okay.
Yeah. But I always remember that. And so getting to see the original of that was pretty cool, because ALF did come out before I was born. So I never saw the original airings, right? Yeah. That's a good time. It's a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, Marcia says I have an ALF stuffy like Kim's. They're pretty great. They're pretty great. Oh, J-Lo Tucky said I loved NCIS until they brought Siva back from the dead and I nearly threw something at the TV. Did they really?
Yeah, they're doing the new spin-off with her and Denozo.
She's back from the dead?
Yeah.
This sounds like a telenovela. It's
Well,
NCIS. What is happening?
This is the thing. They never actually show her dead, right?
Oh.
That's how you get away with these things for most shows. Other shows, they just have 9 lives and are a cat.
This is brand new information
Yeah,
to me.
but no, they're doing a.
I would be throwing something at my TV too. I'm with you, J-Lo Ducky. We're throwing
doing a
stuff.
Spin-off with her and Tony.
That's interesting.
Yep.
That is very interesting. Well, guys, I should probably wind down this stream. We've been here for a while, and I need to do human things and stuff. I need to eat.
Yep.
And I don't like to eat on camera. It's like a thing. So I'm so happy you guys came here today. Thank you so much for your support today. All the comments, the likes, the subs, what you guys sent in. It means a lot to me. I am planning on doing a show tomorrow. I'll have to check and see what the news is saying, and we'll figure it all out. But thank you guys so much for being here. Love you guys so much. I will see you soon. Producer sister, anything else you want to say?
Nope.
All right.
Got
Okay.
it.
We'll roll the outro.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.